Video content is hands down the best way to build your personal brand. So in this video, you're going to get 3 video creation tips that will help you build a rock solid personal brand faster. One of the coolest benefits to using video to build your personal brand is that down the road, you're going to be more capable of building, selling, scaling any kind of business that you want. If you're new here, I'm Matt, and this channel is all about helping you leverage video for freedom, impact, and sustainable revenue. When it comes to video creation, the most important thing is to start with a very clear intention. Now, I used to script all my videos, and now I use bullet points, but before I press the record button, I'm going to write out a few answers to questions like this. What is the single intriguing idea for this video? Why will your audience watch this video? By setting an intention first, you're going to make better quality video content and you're going to be able to keep yourself on track more effectively. Hands down, the best obsession to have is in creating the best possible audience experience, not the vanity metrics. We don't want to get caught up in that stuff, especially when you're starting out creating video content. We can't expect engagement overnight. It's not going to happen. But if you've got that builder's mentality and you think a little bit like an alchemist, you're testing and you're learning how to market yourself online, one of the things that's going to really help you do that is to pay attention to the micro details. Micro details such as writing out great descriptions for your videos, writing out captions, putting in that little bit of extra effort your audience is going to notice versus just shooting a video and then slapping it online. You want to make sure that you're always open to feedback and improvement, right? We're going to have that growth mindset involved in this video content creation journey, and it's really going to help you stick with this over the long term. Now, one of the hardest things when you're in your first 3 years of your business for a lot of people with a personal brand is understanding their audience. So here's what you can do. If you're actively engaging on the LinkedIn network, by the way, and if you're not, you should, in my opinion. I love LinkedIn. It's a great place to build relationships, community, networking, collaborations. You can meet amazing people on that platform, and you can also connect with me over there. There is a feature called LinkedIn Polls. If you have an audience, there's an interesting statistic about how LinkedIn is actually pushing polls. They have been for a while because it's an interactive form of content. Now, you can learn a lot of information about your audience by doing a poll that's related to the services that you offer. And I've got an example for you. Let's check it out. So this poll that I just posted already has well over 1,000 views, and we're getting lots of great engagement. People are actually commenting on it. And if you look at the questions here, it's pretty obvious that I'm a YouTube consultant and I help people with their content strategy. You need to survey your audience too, and Google Forms can be a great way to do that. Figure out what kind of questions you want to ask them and then send it out to your email list, your Facebook page likes, whatever you need to do to learn about your audience. It's the best obsession you can have. You want to be seeking leverage at every opportunity. Tip videos, for example, are highly repurposable. Now, I used to think that if I put a repurposed video from YouTube over on LinkedIn that it wouldn't perform. And honestly, when I did it, it was one of my top performing videos on LinkedIn. So consider this, that if you have a tip video with multiple tips, it's easy to cut that down and it's simple to actually create multiple pieces of content out of that longer form video. This is why I leverage a YouTube first strategy, because all your videos are working for you evergreen for the most part, if they're optimized correctly, for potentially years. And that means that you're not just throwing videos up into a feed that are disappearing overnight. That's what happens with most other social media platforms. And by focusing on YouTube first, you end up having longer form content, since that type of content works well on this platform, and you can actually repurpose it down into micro content, 30-second videos, 60-second videos. You can fill up your Instagram and your LinkedIn and your Facebook with repurposed videos from your YouTube content. Now, not every piece of content has to be creative. Look, we put a lot of creative energy into our content, from researching and planning and shooting and editing, and it takes up a lot of our mental resources to do that. Look at your schedule. What kind of calls do you have? Are you getting on Zoom? Are you doing sales calls with your clients? You need to get permission from them, but think about this. How many calls do you have where something great has come up in conversation and you could have simply just asked for permission during the call to use that in a piece of content? And if they say no, that's fine too. But there's lots of opportunities for you to leverage the efforts that you're already doing and implement video into your weekly habits. Getting value? I'd love it if you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps this video perform better. It gets out to more people in the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Now I've got some bonus tips for you. You don't have to be 100% perfectly clear about what you want your personal brand to be about in the beginning. It's through action you're going to gain clarity. So don't get caught up in that like I did for years, trying to think about my niche seriously for years. Complete waste of time. It's really through the action that's going to get you the clarity that you want. Now, one thing that's really helped me with my content marketing strategy was to clarify an overarching theme for my personal brand, which you heard at the beginning of this video. One of the coolest benefits to using video to build your personal brand is that down the road, you're going to be more capable of building, selling, scaling any kind of business that you want. Once you've got relationships and community and support, because people like you, because they've been able to resonate with you, because the content that you've been creating has helped them, and you've shown up from this place of service and tapped into that audience obsession, then you are going to be able to do so much more with your personal brand. Seek alignment in everything that you do. I have a saying, it's called congruence is your compass. It tells you when something's off, when you're getting pulled in a different direction, when there's shiny objects showing up and you tend to get distracted with them. Congruence is going to keep you on track. So just tap into that, listen to yourself, and really think about new opportunities as, does this align with the type of lifestyle I want, with the subject matter I want to build authority on, with my personal brand, with having enough freedom to spend time with my family and go anywhere in the world that I want to do? So that is probably one of the best tips I could give you for video content and personal branding. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. The road has already been paved. You just need to find some influencers that are doing the type of work that have already reached that level of success, and pay attention to how they're doing it. How are they building their business? What are they doing? You don't necessarily have to listen to every piece of advice they give you and tell you what to do. You want to see through the lens of how are they showing up. Remember, for some of us, stepping into our authenticity takes practice, especially when it comes to video content. You get on camera, and for a lot of people, that feels awkward in the beginning. I have some videos for you right up here. You can check those out. And I have one more bonus tip for you, and that's to check out a tool called Clipscribe, because it's going to help you turn your YouTube content into repurposed content with automatic caption generation and the ability to stylize your videos to your personal brand using your own colors and fonts. It's great. I highly recommend it. There's a link in the description below if you want to go check that out. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you creating a big impact with your own videos.